Welcome back to Welcome Home. I'm Rachel Holder with Compass Real Estate, and we are back with Megan McCrea, who's the owner of Southbound Stays here in Nashville. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me all about Southbound Stays, first of all.
Sure. Well, Southbound Stays is just a small collection of 6 short-term rental homes here in Nashville, and then we have one in Leapers Fork as well.
Tell me how you got started with 6 short-term rental homes, because I met you years ago when you were in the corporate world.
Yes, I was in the corporate world for 21 years, and I was traveling overseas and domestically literally nonstop, and started staying in short-term rentals because my stays would range anywhere from 1 week to 2.5 months, and it just looked fun, hosting people, meeting people from different places, and ironically we had lost our dog, so I needed a project. So we bought a house in East Nashville to renovate and design, and it started as a hobby with just that one house, and very quickly realized it was something that I liked, and fast forward, here we are. I left my corporate job. It'll be 2 years in July, even though I stayed on contracting a little bit, but officially 2 years ago in July.
You were bitten by the bug. You
I
loved
was
it.
Definitely, absolutely.
Well, I've seen your properties, and I think we're going to see some on screen here. They're beautifully designed.
Thank you.
So tell me about set up, the design process, what goes into all that?
Oh yeah, it's so much more than people think. I hear everything from, I'm just gonna go to IKEA and buy some things because people don't care, to like people going way over the top. And I think it really just depends on who your guests are gonna be and catering to them. So I always think about what is gonna be fun. Like, we get a lot of families at 2 of our properties, and so we try to think of something that's gonna look stylish, but also you don't want somebody who's looking with a kid to say, oh gosh, I don't want my kid to break things. So it's also really comfortable and functional, and then making sure that all of the things you have in there line up with that, like kids games and outlet covers and pack and plays and high chairs, so that it really caters to the demographic of guests that we're getting.
You're kind of a curator of things of sorts, right? Because you have so many unique items in your homes and things like that. I know you mentioned that you traveled a lot for work, and you're just an avid traveler for fun in general. So how does that factor into those special touches that you want to make sure you have for your guests?
I mean, really, I thought of everything that I've ever been without, which is a lot. There wasn't one time where I would go on a trip and not forget something. And when I was staying in short-term rentals, it was always like, oh, but if I forget a toothbrush, or if my flight's delayed and I get in the middle of the night, what is that going to look like? So I did a lot of that in our homes. We have like a forgot it basket where it's pre-pasted toothbrushes, and then it's feminine products and individually wrapped nail files, just things that you don't always travel with, or if you do, you forget. And my travel experience has really influenced that. And then I also turned to Facebook and asked my friends, what is that horrible or great experience that you've had, and we try to interject that into the houses.
Speaking of catering to special folks, I know you and I are both crazy dog lovers, right? A little bit over the top. But all of your homes are pet friendly.
They are.
And you also do special things for the pet guests, right?
The pet guests also have a little forgot it basket. So we have towels like to wipe their feet, and then we have blankets that they can put over the furniture, dog bowls. They even have little name tags that have our address just in case the dog gets out. And then also our dog June provides them a list of dog-friendly places in Nashville to go while they're here.
That's so cute. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
We love it too.
Well, switching gears a little bit, but let's talk COVID. How did that, that's the big question, right? How did that impact you guys? And then how are you now coming back from that?
Obviously it's been hard, but we wanted to do the right thing for the safety of our community and the safety of our guests. And so we did welcome a few guests that were here. We had a doula, for instance, who was here to deliver her best friend's baby for 2 weeks, and we had a travel nurse. So we allowed people to come in that were essential travelers, but other than that, We really lost all of our bookings with the exception of our Leapers Fork house because it's on 12 secluded acres, so it was the perfect place for people to go. And now, I mean, it's just been slow and steady. I think a lot of people actually think, well, this might be a good time to go to Nashville where I can keep my distance, still experience the city. We're really encouraging, you know, guests that are coming to go out to the small businesses and everything. So it's been tough, but I do feel like we'll come back and hopefully be stronger than ever.
It sounds hopeful, and I'm glad for you because of that. So speaking of that, somebody that's listening and thinking, okay, I might want to get into this, I might want to do this. What is life like as a full-time host, and especially coming from a full-time corporate job?
Yeah, if you would have told me 5 years ago that I wouldn't be in the corporate world and I would be going around and fluffing throw pillows before guest arrivals, I wouldn't have believed you. But I think the biggest thing is that every day is different, and some people have said, oh, you know, is it a lot of work? And it depends on the day. There are days that I do nothing, and then there are days that it is nonstop because something broke, or I mean, the hot water's out. I mean, they're houses, right? So stuff happens. But I think that there's a sense, you know, these are my properties, and part of that transition from the corporate world. I never hated my job. I actually always really liked it, even up until the end. But realistically, I knew that I was building something that if I left, it wasn't mine anymore. And because these are our homes, you know, I don't have kids, I have a dog. These are my little babies, you know, so I want, you know, the waters have to be straight, and I go in after every clean. The pillows have to be fluffed and chopped and all of that. So that's pretty much what my days are like these days. And sometimes it's more glorious than others.
Well, I love it. It's so evident how much of yourself and how much care you put into your home.
We love them.
Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. Well, you can find all of Megan's properties online at Southbound Stays or on Facebook as well. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you found some helpful info you can use in today's episode, and be sure to mark your calendar for next month's episode on July 3rd for a tour of some grand but functional spaces, a home gym, a playroom you won't believe, and one of Nashville's most creative co-working spaces. Between now and then, if there's anything at all I can do to help you, please reach out at rachelholderhomes.com. See you next time.